Life gets a lot more challenging once you get into your 30s. You've got work, you've probably got kids, and you have so many more responsibilities than you did have when you was in your early 20s. So how do you figure out how to balance everything and still make time to crush all of your goals? Well, I've made a 5-step system that has worked for me, and I think it's going to help you in making sure that you can crush all of your goals in your 30s. So let's have a look. Number 1 is to accept your situation. Now, there's no point looking at people online and getting this whole comparisonitis, as my wife likes to call it, where you compare yourself to everyone on social media, on Instagram, on YouTube, on all of these different platforms that are young, successful, and got so much more than you have at your age. Because then you just get miserable, you get sad and depressed, thinking, well, why is this person a multimillionaire at 30 and I'm 35, 40 and I'm still working myself into the ground and making hardly enough money to survive and living paycheck to paycheck? The first thing you need to do is get rid of that comparisonitis and just accept your situation. Now, that doesn't mean you should just accept and give up on life. It means that you need to accept the cards that life has dealt you and make it work for you. So for me, I'm in my mid-30s, I'm married, I've got 2 kids who are both very young, and I work as well. So I understand that I'm not the same as someone who is 20 years old on YouTube talking about how to be productive when they've got all the time in the world once they finish a normal job to then come home and live in a nice, quiet house where they can do whatever they want for the next 8 to 9 hours. I understand that's not going to work for me, because I can make the best laid plans in the world, but then sometimes my kids will need my help, my wife will need my help, my kids are not well, we might get ill or something. As well as that, you've also got to try and balance everything, balance your family, balance work, balance you time as well, because finding time for yourself is important. So once you accept your situation and you stop comparing yourself to everyone else, you'll understand that, okay, fine, I've got this situation, but I can make it work for me, and I can understand what I want and then make it work. Number 2 is to decide 3 non-negotiables that you want to get done every single day. Now, these can be small things or they can be big things, but either way, they need to be 3 non-negotiables that you will get done every single day without fail. Now, for me, my 3 non-negotiables, 1, I will get up early, 2, I will take the dogs for a walk, and 3, I will go to the gym or do some sort of workout, because I want to look after myself. Now, those 3 non-negotiables for me are not that big. They can get done every single day. So getting up early, I am not an early person by nature. I have to get up early because of work, because if I end up laying in, then my kids are awake by 6, 7 o'clock, and then I'm tired and I've got kids screaming and jumping all over me. So I'd like to be awake, get my mind right, get in the right space, and then I do my workout at the same time. So I'll get up early, I will go downstairs, I'll do a HIIT workout on the TV every single day or most days, and that is something that I get done every single day. And then if I go to the gym later on during the day or evening or whatever to do my strength and conditioning training or weight training, then great, I've got a second workout in. If I don't manage to do that, then at least I've done 1 workout every single day at the crack of dawn, very, very early in the morning. So getting up early and going to the gym and walking the dogs. Now, the dogs are not bothered if it's raining or not. They want to go out. So I don't like the rain. So if it's chucking it down with rain, then I'll just entertain them for half an hour and run them around, play with their toys, wear them out inside. But if it is raining, then if it's not raining, then we'll go outside and we'll go for a nice 30-minute walk. And that just helps get me some fresh air, get some nice natural light into my eyes and into my system, and it helps clear your mind as well. It does help clear things out and get you some clarity on things. So those are my 3 non-negotiables. So make 3 non-negotiables that you want to get done every single day. And when you are deciding on these things, make it something that you want, not something you think you should do. So for me, I want to work out. I want to get a fit body. I want to look after myself. But if you're not that bothered about working out, then don't say I want to work out every day, because it's not a priority for you. It's not going to be something that you are going to really enjoy. So make it something you really want and make it something productive. Number 3 is to make a plan. Now, what I want you to do here is to physically block out time on your calendar. Now, whether you use a notebook as a calendar or a like actual physical one, or whether you use a calendar app, I want you to actually block out time on your calendar for your day and everything you're going to do in that day. Now, I use an app called Notion Calendar, and that's a completely free app that links in with Notion, which is like a productivity planning app, which I use to help me plan out sort of all my video ideas and anything I'm going to be doing for productivity in YouTube and that sort of thing. But it links in with that, but it's completely free. It's very similar to Google Calendar, but whatever calendar app you use that, and I want you to physically block out time for your day. Now, you should do this probably at the weekend, on like a Saturday night or Sunday night, just before you go to bed, and just take half an hour to block out time throughout your week, plan your week, any appointments you've got, any commitments you've got, put them in your calendar, and then set up your notifications to be like 5-10 minutes before each task. But my calendar is completely blocked out. I know what I'm doing from the moment I wake up to the moment I go to bed. There is not a second of time that's not accounted for. So it will literally be down to the meticulous level of, I will say, wake up at this time, go and do a HIIT workout, then go and get shower and dressed, then have your breakfast, then go and do task 1, and then in the notes I will put what task 1 is. Then it will say wake the kids up, get them ready, get them dressed, get them breakfast, then get ready for work, then go to work, then do this, and it will just, the whole day is planned out from the moment I wake up to the moment I go to bed. So you want to do that and block out all of your time. And then if for work, for example, it helps you be a bit more productive, because with work you can put in the notes things you want to do at work that day. Okay, these are my 5 things I want to achieve at work today. And then it just keeps you grounded, it keeps you focused. The whole point of this is to keep you on track, because without any sort of plan, you wake up every day and you will just kind of go through the motions of what you need to do, and you will find that you will have some sort of routine anyway. Most people will have a routine, especially on a work day. If you work sort of a 9 to 5 job, where you get up at sort of 6 a.m. on a Monday or 5 a.m. on a Monday, and you do the same all the way through till Friday, you will find you'll do the same thing. You might roll out of bed, you'll get into the shower, you'll go out of a shower, then you'll get dressed, then you'll go downstairs, have breakfast, then you'll get your bag ready for work, and then you might sort the kids out, and then you head off for work, and you'll find you have that little routine. It's not a super productive one, but it's some sort of routine that everybody will have. So by blocking out your calendar, you are dictating the way that your routine is going to go and the plans for your day. And it also helps you remember, because your brain can only retain so much information, and a lot of us try to remember everything we're going to do. So we think, right, I've got a doctor's appointment on this day, I've got this work meeting at 10, I've got to pick up the kids from daycare at 6. Okay, and you try to remember all of this information, and by blocking out all of this stuff on your calendar, you can just open up your calendar app and refer to it anytime you want. And secondly, you'll get notifications every 10-15 minutes before your next task or your next thing on your calendar is coming up. So it clears all the mind space out for you to do other things, so for you to be more productive and think about other things you want to achieve. So make a physical plan in a calendar, or in a calendar, physical calendar in a book, but most people are on calendar apps these days. So get a calendar and physically draw it out. And you might also find it quite therapeutic. My wife takes the mickey out of me because she says that I spend half my time creating a calendar, where basically on every Sunday night I will draw out my calendar for the week, and every plan we've got, I'll say to my wife, what's going on this week, what have you got going on, what have the kids got, what doctor's appointments, vet appointments, all that sort of stuff, what have we all got this week. And then I will then put it all in the calendar on Sunday for the whole week ahead. And that's how I stay productive, that's how I stay on track, and I actually quite enjoy it. So that's number 3, make a plan in a calendar. Now, number 4 is to be flexible. Now, I know I've just harped on for ages about making a calendar and drawing out every second of time you have throughout the day, but you also need to be flexible. Remember, you are not this young, carefree 20-year-old who's got all the time in the world to block out every single second of your day and it's going to go exactly to plan all the time. You have commitments and kids and work and things like that, and life is going to throw curveballs at you sometimes, and you need to be prepared for that. This whole calendar thing is supposed to help you, not hinder you. So what can happen, and it's happened to me in the past because I'm quite a meticulous person, is if I draw out my calendar or plan out my calendar, and then something goes wrong or something doesn't go to plan, or I'm behind schedule by an hour, 2 hours, I then start getting stressed and getting the ump. So I've learned to be very, very flexible with this. So you have to be flexible, because you don't want to think, oh my God, I was supposed to be up at 4:30 and doing my first task at 5 o'clock, and it's 5:30 and I'm still not done my first task yet. Don't worry. As long as you've got a rough plan and you're following it roughly, that's the whole idea of it. So work, for example, if you say, I'm going to be at work till 6, and then I'm going to come home and I'm going to do X, Y, Z when I get home, and then you have to work on a project late at work and you don't end up getting home till 8 o'clock, that's fine. You just have to be flexible. The whole point of the calendar is to give you a guide on what you should be doing and to help you stay focused on all the tasks you need to complete. It's not supposed to be some sort of rigid plan you have to follow. Sometimes it is, and sometimes for me it is. Like today, my plan has gone exactly as it should do. My calendar has gone exactly as it should do today. Yesterday it didn't, but today it has. Today it's gone exactly how it should do. So you just need to learn to be flexible. I had a situation a couple of weeks ago where both of my kids were in daycare. My wife was at work, I was at home, it was my day off. I had the whole house to myself all day. And I made a plan laden with jobs that I was going to do and productivity things I was going to smash out, videos I was going to do, editing I was going to do, thumbnail design I was going to do. I was going to be the most productive beaver in the world. I was going to get so much done. And then I got a phone call at 9:30 in the morning from my child's daycare saying, one of your children has thrown up, we need you to come and collect him. And I was like, what? Well, hold on a minute, what's happened to all my plans? So I had to then go and get my son and bring him home, and he was okay. He had a little bit of a temperature and stuff for the day, but he was then with me for the day. And I ended up making a video saying when life doesn't go to plan. So you just have to be flexible, especially with kids, because things don't always go to plan. They definitely don't go to plan when you have kids. Definitely not. So be flexible. The whole point, like I said, is to keep you on track. Is to help you, not hinder you. So don't get the ump if you're behind schedule. Just use it as a guide. And number 5 is to execute. Now, there's no point making 3 non-negotiables that you are going to do, making a rigid plan in your calendar for the week, and then trying to be flexible with it, but just being so flexible you get nothing done. And making all the plans in the world, but then not doing them. Saying, I'm going to get up at 4 a.m. every single day, and then laying in till 8, 9 o'clock. You need to execute on your plans. If you do this, trust me, things will work out. You can do it. So with kids, with me, I know that I have to get up early. The other option is I can stay up late, but then I end up with no sleep. I've tried to do both since having kids. I have tried to go with my normal body rhythm and to stay up late, stay up till 1, 2, 3 in the morning to get stuff done and be productive. But I'm finding that, yes, I can be productive for a little while, but then my brain starts to switch off because my brain's getting tired and I'm not being that productive and I'm not being that focused. And then I've still got to get up early. I still have to get up at like 6 o'clock in the morning or 7 o'clock in the morning for work, to drop the kids off, all that sort of stuff. So you end up with no sleep, and then you end up tired and exhausted throughout the day. So I had to get up early. So the bottom line is to execute and get things done. You can do it. I believe in you. So let me know in the comments if you found this video useful, and if you want to know how to balance work, life and YouTube with a family, then click this video up here.